So hold on.
Hello and welcome to the Friendship and Stupidity podcast.
Oh, man. Before we do that, so did you dip your balls into a glass of milk, or did you lay in the bathtub and pour a glass of milk on your balls to go down into your butt crack?
I didn't do either.
Okay.
We didn't have any milk.
Okay.
We had oat milk, like the coffee creamer that may have done the same thing, but I didn't try it.
But instead you had some delicious eggnog to do it with.
I sure did. And before you take a sip, cheers.
Yes, cheers, and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays for those who don't celebrate Christmas, but
And that's a nice, refreshing Guinness.
that's a meaty drink.
That is.
That's meaty. All right, Andy. Well, it's Christmas time, and just like we did last year, well, I guess for those who didn't listen last year, go ahead and tell them what we did.
So last year, we did this fun little thing. It was Isaac's idea. I thought it was fantastic. We went through movies and clarified whether or not they were Christmas movies or not. So we had movies like Die Hard, Edward Scissorhands, was that?
That was one. That was one that was on the list. Absolutely.
Harry Potter.
Yep.
A divisive one. And what was another one, just for example? The Gremlins. Or no.
No.
It wasn't the Gremlins. It was something with the little fuckers.
Probably Gremlins then.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Gremlins.
Okay. Yeah, you were like, huh, maybe it wasn't. So then you started to make me question things. So we went back and forth on that. I'm gonna try to cut up a short actually of that one, so hopefully we can get a little bit of
heck yeah,
an idea of what that one was, because that was a really good episode, I thought. But today I thought it would be funny if we did a little bit of a Christmas movie draft, as it were. So Isaac and I are going to go back and forth, and we're going to pick our favorite movies, not necessarily in any particular order, but the catch is, like most drafts that you may have seen on the internet, once one movie is picked, it cannot be picked again. So we'll go back and forth. I figured we would flip a coin, but I don't see a coin anywhere.
That's okay. We live in the world of technology. Okay. And I'll just type in flip a coin, because that's what we're going to do. Because again, yeah.
And I have my handy dandy roommate's iPad.
All right. What do you want? Do you want heads or tails?
I'll go with heads.
Okay.
Or I'll go with tails, because horses have tails.
Okay. Okay. It's tails.
Oh, okay.
You lucky son of a... I mean, I can't curse because this is a Christmas episode.
I
you're a lucky son of a bitch. Did you?
Yeah, I said those little fuckers.
Oh, that's
when
right.
I was talking about the Gremlins.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I want you to see my list.
Okay. So we also decided, in an unconventional way, we're going to do... Let me just... Okay. For some reason, I thought something looked weird on the computer. Also, just found out that I can use Touch ID on my computer. We were talking about that before this. So no longer of me bending down and typing my long-ass password anymore. But anyway, in an unconventional way, we are going to do 7 movies instead of 5.
Or even 10, because...
Or 10, that's right.
Because, you know...
And let me tell you, Isaac, before I go, it was rough picking 8. I did 8.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was hard.
What? Do you just not like Christmas movies? Or you only watch the same 8?
I've seen quite a few, but they didn't make my list because I didn't like them, yeah.
Interesting.
And well, I know that there are at least 2 that you'll say, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna put those on my list.
Okay, it's probably fucking Harry Potter. You freak. All right. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna have crossovers for sure with you.
Yeah. I'm glad that I got number 1 because
I know which one you're gonna go for.
My first pick is Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, you're a cock. I know exactly which one you're going for. And you know what? That's fine because honestly, I figured that was gonna go pretty fast. That's kind of why I was hoping I was gonna get one, just so I could do that.
Well, when I look at my list, that one's like up here, and then the rest of them, I mean, I love them, but they kind of they're a lot lower.
Yeah.
So that one was like the one that I was like really hoping for. All the rest of them are like they're good, but you know.
Now, I mean, obviously, if we sit here and pick just which our top 7 are, it's going to be a pretty quick episode. So do we just want to? I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit before on the last episode, but do you want to talk a little bit about just the movies and why we like them so much?
I figured there would be a good back and forth.
Yeah.
On each of the episodes or each of the movies.
I will say for that one, I almost said a different movie completely, and just gave away which one of them would be on my list. So whoops. But I actually I don't even know why I keep this thing in the stand anymore. I'm always taking this bitch out. I'm just too fucking sporadic. But I will say with Christmas Vacation, we've already watched that 4 or 5 times so far.
It's a staple in every household. The problem is I feel like it is watched a lot.
Oh, for sure.
And it gets after the first or after the second time, I'll say, it's just like, all right, I've seen the part where the icicle goes through the neighbor's window. It's hilarious, but like, okay, I've seen it.
I actually just read, shit you not, I just saw a thing, like an article that said that there was supposed to be another scene at the end of the movie where at the very end of the movie, the Santa and reindeer ornaments blow up off of off of the trash can, like because of the toxic waste, and it like flies to the sky, and it's like, oh my god, it's Santa. Apparently there's a scene at the end of the movie that they wanted to have after the credits, but they just thought it kind of ruined it. That apparently it was going to be the inside of their neighbor's apartment, who just got absolutely fucking drilled the whole entire movie just by, the icicle, or just like him berating them, whatever. Apparently it was going to be them like going just like, look, we should just get to bed. It's quiet outside. Like everything's good. Like nothing else bad can happen to us. And like, and also if we don't go to bed, Santa won't come, whatever. And then it's like a really sweet moment where like they kiss each other and she's like, oh, you, or who the fuck knows, whatever. And then that Santa and reindeer crashes through the roof, and then they scream, and then that's when the movie ends. And I was like, that would have been incredible. Why would they not? But they had a bunch of other like kind of skits like that and whatever, of just like them opening up presents and whatnot, and they were like, that's really nice, but then it also just added a little bit more length to the runtime, and they were just like, it already wraps up nice, we don't want like another like comedy beat right at the end of it.
I feel like the ending is like too long. Like the whole wrap up with the police and his boss, I feel like it just goes on.
Yeah,
and it's just not like, it's still a good ending, but it goes on forever.
Yeah, especially when you see it a few times. But I will say, each time that I've watched this year, I keep like finding more and more things like I just laugh about, and I'm like, that's so stupid. I'm like, why did they do it? But I don't know. So each time I've watched it, though, still great movie, top movie for sure.
It's I actually didn't see it until my senior year of high school.
That's wild.
And ever since then, it's like, well, this is my favorite Christmas movie now.
That's for me, it's been a staple in my house for as long as I can remember. My dad would always quote it, and every time he'd just be like, we're watching it, and I'd be like, okay, that's fine with me. All right, well, now that you pretty much picked the one that I was gonna choose, which, like I said, I figured that was gonna happen, whatever. Then I know exactly which one I want to do, and that is The Grinch with Jim Carrey in it. Yeah, okay. There you go. Was that one on your list? Is that one of your 8 that you had on your list there, champ?
Well, it's an interesting little.
Also,
yeah,
representing. Yeah. Well, not representing this Grinch. If I had the actual Grinch that I was representing, that would be a little terrifying.
First and foremost,
the Grinch.
The Grinch. Yes, I'm very surprised that you went with Jim Carrey's and not the original. That being said, I had the original on my list, and now I don't know if I can have that as mine.
I specified it as the Jim Carrey version.
Yeah.
So there is still the original one, yes. And also there's the new Illumination, the Grinch as well.
I don't.
It's fucking trash.
I've never seen that one.
It's trash, Andy. It's trash.
And I like the Jim Carrey one. I do. But I like the original more. It just feels more wholesome.
Mm. See, for me, the Grinch...
There are some great scenes in the one with Jim Carrey though. There's the swingers party. If you don't see that, like or you wouldn't get that as a kid, that's great.
Yeah. Whenever I watched it recently with my roommate, recently being like 2 years or even longer than that, because I told her, I was like, this is my favorite movie, like one of my favorite Christmas movies, if not the favorite. And I was like, I can quote it line for line. And she was like, that's absurd. And I was like, is it? Mm-hmm. And then I pretty much did it the whole entire movie. And she's like, this is disgusting. I'm like, I can't help it. Another one was whenever it was the scene of like him being a baby and they're like flying down their little things. I don't even know what the fuck you would call them. I don't know. But when they're flying down and then one of the babies land on one of the people's front doors and he's like, honey, our baby's here. And then he goes up to it and he's like, it kind of looks like your boss. And I'm like, and I told her, I was like, wait for this scene. And she's like, what? And I'm like, go ahead and take a listen to it. And she listens to it and she goes, oh God. And I'm like, yeah, you didn't catch that when you were younger. No one did. But that one, I don't know. I can just quote that thing like front and back, easy. I still quote it even when it's not Christmas time, and like I even like learned how to like do certain noises because of that movie, just because of that movie.
I can see that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like when he goes like pucker up and kiss it, Hugo, and he goes no. Like I learned how to do that just because I like tried it so much. I was like, I need to know how he did that.
That shocks me. But it also is like, that makes a lot of sense because I feel like you've said or you've made that noise before and I don't think I've like recognized the noise.
Oh yeah. I love doing it.
I feel like I haven't watched that movie in a long time though. My roommate actually she thinks that Jim Carrey is scary or like he freaks her out.
Oh, like just the Grinch or just him in general?
I think just him in general, but we watched the Grinch a couple days ago and she said just not the Jim Carrey one. Which I mean, I can understand. I mean, he's a freaky looking guy.
It is weird for sure. Like when people dress up like him, I'm like, don't do that. That's weird. It's strange.
He's got such an interesting body type in that movie too.
Oh yeah,
for some reason, I just like he's naked, but I just can't. I can't stop imagining that.
Yeah.
Like he's just walking around the world naked, but he doesn't. He's
got the hair.
It looks natural and unnatural at the same time.
It's because of the hair.
Yeah,
it's like a giant baboon, pretty much.
And he's got a wagon on him too.
He does.
I feel like they show off his ass a few times.
They absolutely do. He sure does have a caboose. After thinking about it now, you got me there. Like he's got a freaking tank on him. Yeah, tanker for sure. All right, Andy, what's your number 2?
Okay, so I'm
not allowed to pick.
I'm gonna go off the beaten path.
All right, let's see if it's on my list.
Instead of going, since I'd already mentioned that I have the Grinch on here as well. I'm going to go off of that and do Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Ooh.
1964.
Okay.
I put the dates on some of these.
Okay.
Just in case we were wondering. That one, I feel, first of all, it has one of the best characters in any Christmas movie. And that's, hell, I forgot his name a few days ago, and I can't remember it again.
Is it the mountain guy, Cornelius or something?
Yes, Yukon Cornelius.
Yukon Cornelius.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Just because he looks rad.
Great name, looks great.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, my mom had like little stuffed animals or whatever of those characters. So I really like, they were just all over my house whenever I was growing up. I don't know. I feel like I don't really, I feel like I resonate more with that than the actual like movie of like following Rudolph.
Makes sense. Yeah, because it's just, yeah, no, that makes sense. I was going to try to think of something super smart to say about it, but I can't. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think of all of the movies on here, that one's probably like the most that's like, that comes from my childhood, I'd say.
I would say almost all of these for me.
Yeah.
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 Because if I watch them now, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that time I watched them when I was younger. But that's literally like every single. Actually, one of them is not, and I might even actually mention that one next.
Okay.
But no, that's a great movie, banger of a movie. The animation, god awful, but I love it. Like there's something. I think it's again just remember watching it when I was younger, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. But now when you watch it, it's like, oh, this is awful. Yeah, I don't know. There's something so funny about it.
Well, yeah, I feel like there's not like a whole lot to talk about on that one other than what we've already said. So, and I'm holding back a cough again. So I'll let you go into the next one.
All right, I'm gonna pick this one because I feel like you might have it on your list, and I actually just watched it the other day, and I was like, this is a pretty good movie. I don't know if I would put it on as like a number 2 as like my all-time favorite, but like for this in this case, absolutely. And that is The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Fuck, that was.
Yeah.
It was. I knew that one was, you were gonna pick that one.
Yeah.
I knew that Christmas Vacation and Santa Claus were 2 like solid ones for you to pick.
Yeah.
And that's fucked me a little bit there.
Yeah.
But it is a fantastic movie. I completely forgot about those movies when we were doing the last one for the podcast, and we were just talking about Christmas movies that we like, and I completely forgot about that one until I think you mentioned it. Such a great movie.
It is. Like I said, I literally just watched it like,
or just movies in general. I feel like none of them are really that bad.
No. Yeah, I think. Well, maybe the Rudolph's Red-Nosed Reindeer. Maybe that one is bad. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a minute.
Was there what?
The one that you just said?
Oh no, I meant.
Oh, you mean of the Santa Claus?
Santa Claus, yeah.
Oh, maybe the third one.
Which one was the one with his like robot?
Third one.
Okay, yeah. I don't remember liking that one as much.
Yeah, that one I just remember even watching it when I was younger, and I've been like, that's weird.
Yeah, like this is.
There's something about the toy.
Oh shit.
Yep. There's something about the toy Santa that just is a little odd. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can go ahead and grab that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna continue talking this whole entire time.
Yeah. Though. What was I gonna say? Whenever we were in elementary school, we used to do a Christmas movie. Like everyone would get together in the auditorium, and we would watch a Christmas movie. And usually, it would be like sometimes Elf, or most of the time it was a Christmas or a Santa Claus movie.
Yeah.
So like I just remember like getting an hour and a half off of school just to go and sit in the big auditorium and watch that movie in the morning or whatever. And it was just so good.
If I can't remember by the end of this episode, there is a Christmas movie that I absolutely want to dog on.
Okay.
And just remind me, because I don't think it's going to be mentioned, but if it's mentioned, I will dog on it.
Okay.
Because it's not on my list. So if it's on your list, I'm dogging on it.
I hope that it's on my list.
I hope it is too, because it's trash. All right, but go ahead.
Okay.
For your number 3.
For my number 3, and I feel like this is going to come as a shock. I'm avoiding the Grinch. I'll throw that in if I absolutely need to.
I'll let you know it's not on my list. The original one.
Okay.
I like it, but not enough to be on the list.
Okay. I'll keep that away for now. Just the next one, A Christmas Carol, 1984.
Okay.
The one with Scrooge. I mean, they're all with.
I was gonna say.
That's
Andy.
exactly what my roommate said too. I was like, "Is that the one with Scrooge?" And she said, "They're all with Scrooge. They all,
yeah,
like,
that's
all of
literally
them." Yeah, and I think, okay, but I wanted to make sure that A Christmas Carol itself.
Oh, okay.
And,
yes.
Yeah.
Now, I guess
why this version?
Why this version, and 2/B. Does that count out all Christmas Carol versions?
No.
Okay.
No, since we're doing the Grinch as like separate movies.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So now explain to me why this one.
I read it in one of my English classes and thought it was a good story, and then after reading it, we watched this version of it, and I thought it was good. And I just like when I think of Scrooge, I think of this Scrooge because he just looks like such a crotchety old man. And he has the great mutton chops of for that character. I don't remember a whole lot from that movie, but I remember enjoying it a lot. It was like my 8th or 9th grade English class.
Have you seen the Muppets version? No. I recently just watched that as well.
I haven't seen that one, and I haven't seen the Jim Carrey version. I didn't even know that.
Jim Carrey version is pretty good, actually.
Okay.
The Muppet version, actually, also not that bad. Muppet version, very terrifying, actually.
Yeah.
It's Christmas Carol. I recently watched it. It's freaky, man, for sure. Yeah, because it's just weird. And like I said, Muppets version of Christmas Future. Terrifying.
Ghost of Christmas Past or Ghost of Christmas Future.
Yeah, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And I'm like, this is weird. Also, Michael Caine. So Batman,
is he in?
He is Scrooge.
Oh,
yeah. So it made me laugh so hard whenever I saw him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that one's also really good. But I do agree with you. I think it's a good movie.
Okay.
I do think it's a really good movie. I guess I don't know that specific one you're talking about because there's like.
There's so I didn't even realize there were so many of them.
There's one with Bill Murray. It's just called Scrooge.
I did not.
Scrooged. Is it Scrooge or Scrooge? I don't know. But yeah, he plays Scrooge, but Bill Murray.
Okay.
Go
ahead with yours.
Yeah, we're on number 3.
We are on number 3. Yes.
Okay. So again, I'm gonna do this as a defensive move.
All right.
Oh gosh, which one do I want to do?
Before you say it. I was telling my roommate on the way here that I figured that you were just going to go on the defensive. And I said if he goes on the defensive, I have a contingency plan for that.
Well, then if you have a contingency plan, I'm going to go ahead and say this, even though I really don't think it's on your list because I think you hate this movie. It's The Christmas Story.
Yeah, I do not have that on my list.
I did it just in case you were going to do it in spite of me because you know how much I love this movie.
I was shocked that you didn't pick that first.
It's because I wanted to play defense on the first few for sure.
Good idea.
Yeah. Christmas Story. Everyone knows it. Everyone hates it. If you don't hate it, you absolutely love it. I'm in that category. I'm one of those people that can watch it the whole entire day. If that bitch is on TBS, I'm watching that bitch on TBS. Let me tell you.
I can't. It's just like PTSD from like sitting on my floor building Legos and just hearing the same shit over and over again.
I love it.
Joe, my brother, is the same exact way. He's just like he'll throw that thing on and he will watch it all day. My mom doesn't like it, but over Thanksgiving, Joe asked my roommate how she felt about it, and she said she loves it.
Yes.
So,
God, yes.
It's a problem.
God, I love that.
It's definitely a problem. It's a fine movie. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like. I honestly, it makes me not like Adam West. Honestly, because like I just hate that this little fucking Ralphie motherfucker has an old, like a 40-year-old man in his head. Like that. Why is he the narrator?
Now, did we talk about this last time? Because I don't know if that's Adam West.
It's Adam West. It
Are
sure
you sure?
sounds like Adam West.
I don't
Go
think
ahead
it
and
is.
look it up.
I think we did this last time, Andy, and I told you before it's not Adam West.
Well, if it's not Adam West, then
you're back.
yeah. God rest his soul. I'm glad that you didn't go to the grave as me hating you for a role in a movie.
I do want to watch. There is a new version of it.
Yeah, it's when Ralphie grows up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't remember what that title is.
There's a part of me that wants to watch it, and then there's also, yes, I told you.
It's not him?
John Shepherd. That is the Ralphie as an adult voice.
Damn, well, I just am still projecting.
And he even says, like, in the opening thing, it's like, John Shepherd as Ralphie. Or, like, as narrator. Like, it says it in the opening thing. But
either way, I don't think that helps me because
you don't want to watch it.
Because it's a 40 or 50-year-old man narrating this little fuck's life.
I don't care. I love the voice. It does. I
can't believe you remembered that we discussed this before.
Because I remember it. Because I remember you saying that, and it was like, really? I'm like, I guess that does sound like that. And I looked it up, and I was like, that's not it. I think that's the only reason I remember that now. But I'll touch on it just a little bit more. I don't know. That is a movie. Like I said, I can watch it sun up, sundown. I can remember watching it at like 2 a.m, trying to stay awake Christmas Day. I don't know. It's one of those movies where I like I said, like literally watched all day. My roommate absolutely hates it. Her whole entire family absolutely hates it. The one side of my family absolutely hates it, but they'll still turn it on every year. And then so that's my mom's side, and then my dad's side, they're the same way. They'll watch it all day long. Does not matter.
Interesting.
Yeah, and even when we go over to my mom's house now, during Christmas time, I will turn it on. Last year, I was like, I'm keeping the tradition going. Like any year before that too, like I was like, I'm keeping this tradition going. I'm
curious how my roommate's family feels about it, because we're cutting. We're going to be doing a short trip to my mom's. We're only going to be there for a day, which sucks. It's just how it's going to work. And then we're going to be at my roommate's family. And my mom, obviously, I said she doesn't like it, but if we're only going to be there for Christmas Eve, then Joe will probably try to put it on because it's on the night before as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So
it absolutely is.
I'm going to get my share for sure.
Yes. I honestly, I don't even watch it the whole entire month until Christmas Day, which is a shame because I love that. But I feel like if I start to watch it earlier, I will just watch it.
Yeah, I feel like that's just that. If you enjoy it, I feel like or even if you don't like it and you have to watch it, at least just make someone endure it for just Christmas.
Yeah,
because like you're not going to get mad at someone on Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
I've gotten mad at Joe for putting it on, though, I will say.
All right, your number 4.
All right, my number 4. Now this one's a little tough. I think I'm gonna have to go with Batman Returns.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw that on a list and I laughed so hard because I was like, "Is it a Christmas movie?" It's in that weird.
Well,
line.
hold on. I have notes on this one.
Do you have like a little sub?
I do. Yeah. So we got Gotham's Christmas tree is a reoccurring element. There's snow. There's Christmas decorations, and the best one, Yuletide songs throughout.
You know what? You got me.
Yeah,
you got me. And
honestly, I was thinking about it this was one that I added as a last minute addition, but I realized like this is a great movie. Like even aside from it being a Christmas movie, honestly, what I love the most is the trailer of this fucking movie, because I think I've had you I think you watched it before, and the Penguin is on some shit. He's doing some weird stuff that his character has never done before. I mean, I realize it's an old movie, but like they've never brought that like any of this back. I feel like he's flying at some point. He might be like.
Look, you can't stop Danny DeVito. You can't stop him from doing
which he does not like. That does not look like Danny DeVito. Oh. It's so weird. Like every time I look at that, I think that is not Danny DeVito.
but it is.
It
is with those creepy hands of his and that waddle and those sharp ass
the waddle
teeth.
is so good.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Oh, it might be. I think it actually might be the penguins. Like he has like an army of penguins that he sends. That might be part of it. It's an incredible movie that just does not miss any time that you watch it.
It does not. It does. Like I said, for this list, I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it as a Christmas movie. I got nothing bad to say about this movie.
All right.
It's not on my list, but I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there with it.
Okay.
Anything to do with Danny DeVito, except for Deck the Halls. That movie is a Christmas movie and has Danny DeVito in it, and it's not on my list.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, that was my 4. You go ahead with your 4.
All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to go with one that I know is probably not on your list.
Okay.
But this is actually one that I didn't watch when I was younger, and I'm like, because it's a recent movie. Sorry, it was a recent movie, and that is just simply called Klaus or Claus, and that's on Netflix.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that a new one?
It is at this point probably like 5 years old now.
Okay,
but it's
so
like
relatively new.
Yeah, it looks like a. It's not hand drawn, but
interesting.
No, actually, I think it might be like a hand drawn style movie. But it looks 3D, and that's because of the lighting that it has in it. I'm going like really nerdy into it, but like the lighting, they designed a lighting engine to make it look everything 3D, but in reality, it's just 2D drawings. God, good fucking movie, man.
Sometimes a good animated movie is just so good.
It's good. It makes you. Here we go. It's greatly animated, awesome, sounds good, makes you feel, and makes you happy. That's a Christmas movie. What more could you ask for? Yeah. Absolutely. It is. I remember watching it, and I might even cried the first time I watched it, in all honesty, and I was like, this is a great movie. Absolutely great. I think I even talked about it last time. I might have. I'm not sure. But
I don't remember. I feel like I've seen like a thumbnail for it before, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Just Klaus, and it's a guy with a big schnoz.
All right.
Yeah, big old schnoz and fucking burly Santa Claus. Like, you think of like fat Santa Claus.
This guy's ripped.
Dude, this guy's a square. This guy's literally he's like fuck, what was what's the guy off of Spider-Verse? Fisk?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like him. He's got the
another great movie that's animated.
Yeah, he's got a wide base for sure. but like, great movie, funny, sad, happy. God.
All right.
Great movie. Can't recommend it enough.
Cool. All right. So this is my 5th. Again, I don't have a lot on. I don't have many on my list here. Especially since you took the Santa Claus. So before I start falling into ones that I'm not as like, I don't like as much, I'll go ahead and just throw the Grinch on here for the 1966 version, the animated version.
Yeah.
The 30-minute version. If you want to watch, actually, I think it's only 25 minutes.
Yeah.
If you just want a quick movie to watch, there you go.
That's wild. I never realized that, like, when I was younger, I don't know, I guess I just didn't think about how long it was, but then, like, recently I was like, bitch, it's like 30 minutes. But at the same time, they're probably like, I'm not going to draw all this shit for a fucking hour.
It's like, I mean, the thing about, well, I was going to say the thing about animation is it lives pretty long, but like Rudolph, not so much. It's still a good, like, feel good movie, but it doesn't have the best of.
It's a good jank too, like that. And like, you're just like, oh, it's so bad, but like there's something about it that you're like, that's so good.
It sucks because like if a movie or even like a game like you have good memories with it, and then you play it and then it's like terrible, and you're like, well, now I have this memory of it.
Grink though.
But yeah, Grink I feel
holds
like
up.
there's not much to say about it. It holds up really well. It's a great childhood movie for me. And Max is just super cute in it. I love Max in the original. I feel like they're able to play off his cuteness and his wonder a lot more in the animated version rather than,
for sure,
because it's like it's a dog that like you can teach how to do stuff, but you can make an animated dog do whatever you want.
For sure. If you like the cuteness of Max, you should probably give the new Grink a watch.
Okay.
I don't like it, but Max in that movie,
yeah,
optimal cuteness for sure. Because I recently tried to watch it like 3 a.m. when I couldn't sleep, and I was like, this movie is trash. But the dog, adorable.
I feel like it's gonna be weird hearing Tyler the Creator's music.
It doesn't go well.
Yeah,
it doesn't go well. No, that I won't say anything. I want you to watch it, and we can have a discussion about it because I feel strongly about that movie.
Okay, and with that, I will pass your number 5.
I feel so good about my list. I'm not gonna lie. Like I have like 6 more movies listed.
Well, we
here.
can go through the honorable mentions.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I guess I should probably remove that one. But like I got so many more. I guess I don't have that many more movies. One of them was actually mentioned before, but one of them I'm gonna go ahead and mention now. Oh God, it's a good thing we're talking about them because I'm actually like I don't know which one I want to choose. The one I will choose though, I think it's gonna be a good one. Home Alone.
Yeah,
that's gonna be one for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
I figured that was up there for you.
Yeah, that. I mean, funny story about that. My roommate, for the first time, actually watched that like a few years ago, like maybe like a year or 2 ago.
Well, and I still haven't watched it. We put it on last night. And I saw your eye just like twitch a little bit. That was hilarious.
Andy, what?
Well, I've told you. I feel like it's another one of those movie series where I've seen like parts of every single one of them, but I haven't seen the whole way through.
Oh
I know about the Sticky Wet Bandits. I know that Donald Trump is in the second one. I know that there's a scene where there's something that drops down a thing of stairs.
Oh my god, you're hurting me. You're hurting me. All the Christmas spirit has just been absolutely hoofed out of me right now. Oh my god, what do you...
Well, we definitely talked about this last year too.
Have we?
Yeah, because this was a part you had said, you asked if Home Alone was a Christmas movie, and I said, yeah, it's a Christmas movie, I just haven't seen it.
Did I freak out like this last year?
Probably, yeah.
I better have.
You may have been a little bit more civil because we were kind of holding it in until we got to other movies.
No, I can't hold it in. You just oh my god.
Okay, so we put it on last night, but it was at like midnight, and I said, I can't put this like you. I'm gonna put my headphones in and just like try to fall asleep because if I pay attention to this movie, I'm not gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, no. You need to give it a good old college try.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie or I don't want to watch it. I just haven't. I don't know why. I really don't, and I think that's kind of why like making my list over 5 movies was so tough for me because I have 8 movies on here.
Oh my god, I don't know. I love Christmas movies. I got so many of them. Yeah, I have a bunch of them. Like I didn't even like. I was like, I like it, but whatever.
Yeah, and I think we're at that point for my list.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the next one that I'll do.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the Polar Express.
Okay.
I like the Polar Express, but it's at the end of my list for a reason.
Okay.
And it's not. This isn't even the last pick because I know I have my last pick is one that I don't think you will have on your list.
Can I?
But
go ahead. Sorry.
The Polar Express. It's a fun movie. I like the little kid that's like basically in like a sack that he's wearing. He's a cute kid. The one that like almost misses the train. Okay. Also, speaking of trains, You put a train in any movie, it's automatically good. I will die on that hill. Like literally, like if your movie's shit and like the director's like, I don't know what to do here, just put a train in it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes the movie better. I don't know how, but like Murder on the Orient Express.
Mm-hmm.
If the train wasn't there, then what kind of movie is that? There's no murder. Doesn't make anything exciting. There's like bullet train. There's train in the name of that, but what is it? Just bullet after? Like if you take the train out,
is it just bullet? Can we get a T-shirt that says that? Is it bullet? Because everyone would be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Well,
what does it mean? Is it bullet?
Have you played any? How about Gears of War 1? That train, that fight at the end.
Yeah,
does
but
not make
we're talking
sense.
about Christmas movies.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you add a train to anything, and like, to be fair, the train at the end of Gears of War 1 does not make sense there, but it's in there, and it makes it interesting.
How about this?
Or in the new Indiana Jones movie, there is a train right at the beginning, and it's like, damn, this is a good movie.
Damn, that's a good movie.
And there's even a scene in when it's like up from above, and it's supposed to show Indiana Jones like jumping from cart to cart, and it's so obviously not him because he's
like
so
moving.
old.
Yeah,
he's like jumping, and it's like, that's not Indiana Jones.
No, it's like, I can tell you right now.
Ford.
Yeah, I can tell you right now. No, not happening. Well, Andy.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay. I'm gonna throw a wrench in it.
Okay.
This is actually the movie I wanted to dog on. This movie's dog shit.
So is this on your list, or are you just gonna?
No, this movie is absolutely
Okay.
dog shit.
Okay.
I recently just watched this. When was the last time you watched this movie?
What, Polar Express?
Yeah.
So you don't like Polar Express?
No.
See, I just put this on because I like.
When was the last time you watched it?
I don't remember.
You need to watch it again, and you'll be like, wow, this movie's dog shit. Because nothing fucking happens in this movie. You want to know what people do in this movie? They almost fall off the fucking train, and they almost lose their ticket for literally 90% of the movie, Andy. And then they get to see Santa for 1% of the movie, and then the kid goes to sleep, and he wakes up. That's the fucking movie.
It's a good point. I don't like it being on my list. I really don't.
You need to watch more Christmas movies then, because you need to get this off the list. Because this movie, I watched it. I'm telling you, I watched it not too long ago. I was sitting there watching it. I was like, Tom Hanks, here we go. Mm-hmm. I got maybe 20% through the movie. I was like, fucking kid's almost lost, like, not even his ticket, but like somebody else's ticket's like 4 times by now. I was like, what the hell is this? And then I was like, oh, okay, well, they have to stop it again because of this fucking kid. Okay, well, there's something else going on with the train.
You don't like the caribou scene?
No, I don't like any of the scenes. I don't like any of it. I was watching it and I'm like, God, I'm incredibly bored, but I'm not going to put on anything else.
I'm being honest with you. I don't like it on my list. I don't want it to be on my list.
You need to watch some Christmas movies then.
If I have like maybe 1 or 2 in me that I could think of that would replace it.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought maybe I'll put the Santa Claus 2 in here because
also a good movie.
Then I want to replace the Santa Claus. I want to replace Polar Express with Santa Claus 2.
I don't want you to replace it because I'm dogging on it.
No, because I'm glad that you also share this thought. I put this here because I thought if for some reason Isaac picks Polar Express, I'm not going to have any more options.
Oh my God. No, I never would pick that movie.
Yes, no, I don't like Polar Express.
We got like multiple movies you need to watch. One of them, you need to rewatch Polar Express because I guarantee if you like read the book when you were younger, you're like, man, this is a really good movie. And like you probably even watched it in school and you probably got a dumb fucking bell as well. And you're like, I can hear it. I can hear Santa's sleigh. I can hear the bell ringing. Everyone's fucking bell
I remember
rings.
very specifically that Joe, my brother, and my mom went to see this movie, and I stayed back to hang out with my grandparents. And I didn't see the movie until like years later. And I was just like, it's okay. But again, like I saw it, so I feel like that's reason enough for me to put on the list.
That's wild.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only other option that I would have, other than Santa Claus, is Elf.
Yeah. So is that why you wanted to do 5 movies? Because you didn't have like that?
Yes, because I didn't want to have Polar Express on here. I went through the list of like so many different movies, and I thought, well, there's Polar Express, but then I just kept moving, and I was just like, I don't.
Oh, that's incredible.
No, I can't even put a Will Ferrell movie on my list.
No, I knew.
I can't. So I will take one subtraction, and I will take off Polar Express because there's not anything that I'm really saying about I like that kid that has the sack.
He doesn't even wear a sack. He's wearing a nightgown.
Right, but he's obviously poor. He can't really afford anything, but he gets on the Polar Express. I like that kid. I like kids that have. You can clip that.
Yeah.
I like kids that have like a little bit of a like a story where they come from nothing, but they belong.
Well, that's just it. I don't even think that's his storyline. I think he just has trouble making friends.
That's a good point too. Like it's still like it doesn't follow him very well at all. It just follows the main kid, and I don't like the main kid.
Yeah, because all he does is lose people's fucking tickets.
Yeah,
he's trash. He shouldn't have heard the bell. That's all I'm saying. He didn't believe.
That's a good point. He didn't believe.
No, he didn't believe. But that was the whole thing. He's like, I can hear it now. At the end of the movie, I can hear it because you got so sad because everyone else was like, "Oh my God, isn't that the greatest sound in the world that you can hear?" And he's like, "I don't hear it. I don't hear it." And it's like, "Cause you don't believe, bitch." And it's a terrible movie. Sorry.
Well, it appears that we have gone on for a while on the Polar Express, and I will make my retraction and throw in Santa Claus 2. Isaac, go ahead. This is your 6th.
Yes. I think I have another one on here, but I don't want to put it. Let me see. I'll put this one on there. Kind of going back to the jank, Year Without Santa Claus. And that's the one with Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Oh, yes. I love that movie. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Man, that would have been better than Polar Express.
Yeah, exactly. You got a really big kick out of that one.
Yeah.
I thought for sure, because the other jank animation one, the Rudolph, I thought for sure that was going to be on there.
I love that. That movie's so good because I just love the Heat Miser song.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about Rudolph before. It's the same exact reason as you. Like, it's one of those ones where I've just watched when I was younger. Same exact thing. I could literally watch that whole entire movie just for those songs, and it doesn't matter. And then there's also the one song too of I think it's right at the very end about the little girl singing about how sad she is without Santa Claus. Not as catchy as Heat Miser, Snow Miser, but still I'm just glad I stayed for that song. It's a great song, but then at the same time, you have that awful janky fucking animation.
Yeah. They're moving around just
yeah. But it's same exact reason why you chose Rudolph. I completely
forgot what that movie was called until you mentioned the two of them. Yeah.
There's also another one. I can't remember the name of that one either.
I mentioned that one to my roommate, and she said, "Oh no, that one freaks me out." I'm learning that a lot of movies freak her out.
It's understandable though.
Yeah.
Those ones, they don't have they have a lot more children and people in it. So and they just look really weird. They look like a mannequin or something, and it's just oh yeah, it's rough. But great movie. Same reason as Rudolph. It's a classic for me.
Yeah. I can't argue that. I think it's a great movie, great pick. My last one, I think I'm gonna hurt you a little bit with this one.
Do it.
My last pick.
Do you, coward?
My final pick. My number 7.
Do it.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
I knew you were gonna do that. Go ahead.
Such a great movie. You feel good in it. It's of all of the movies It's like the happiest vibes. There's like the most Christmas in this movie. Every other one doesn't. There's not really much of Christmas. Harry gets his own Christmas sweater from Ron's mom. That's really cute. There's a whole like scene where Ron says Happy Christmas, and that's weird because it's usually Merry Christmas, but in this Britain world, it's happy. He gets the invisibility cloak. It's a real cool scene. There's even the part in the Great Hall where there's wizard chess, and that's a really cool scene. It's a terrible movie, like with the kid acting, but it's a great movie.
I'm not going to go into such detail as I did with the Polar Express.
Well, I think you can even say that the Goblet of Fire is more of a Christmas movie because there's a Yule Ball and there's a whole Christmas vibe to it on that, but there's more death in it.
Question.
Yep.
What is the percentage of Christmas that is in Harry Potter? Like, what percentage of that movie?
I'd probably say about 5%.
Okay. Okay. And that's a Christmas movie.
Yes. I feel like I don't want to go down this rabbit hole again.
We will. I agree with you though. We shouldn't because we've already gone down this rabbit hole. But in the spirit of Christmas, Andy, it's a good movie.
Yes. I think it's more so the memories established with it. You just remember watching it during Christmas time. So I think that makes it. Because like there are, back when the movies weren't played every weekend, they were only played on like Christmas and then sometime in the spring. Mm-hmm. And that's just like what you think of.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
So you could argue that any of them are, but I think especially the first one, Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay.
And again, that's why I picked it last, because it felt like it's a Christmas movie without the same spirit.
Mm-hmm. I get it. And like I said, in Christmas spirit, great
You'll
choice.
let me have it.
Great choice. Yeah. Oh, fucking 5%. Jesus Christ. All right. So for my number 7, I have a couple, but I think I'm going to go with this one just because, I watch it, and every time I watch it, I still have a good time. I still quote it, and I'm like, it's there for a reason. And also, my roommate's all-time favorite movie, and that's Elf.
Yep.
And that's Elf. I knew for a fact I didn't have to worry about this one with you.
I figured you were going to say it sooner, but I think placement-wise, you very good.
I didn't just for the sheer fact of because I knew you weren't going to pick it. I knew there was no way, because I know how much you hate Will Ferrell.
I think of his movies, this would be the only one. It'd be the only one, and even then, whenever I was like picking my replacement for Polar Express, I thought, Elf is a viable option, but then I thought, I just hate his character. I hate Buddy the Elf. Like, as much as like I'm gonna get shit for saying that, I just don't like that movie, and I don't like Will Ferrell just being a big baby and just like acting so weird. I don't know. I think he's hilarious in Wedding Crashers, which is that is my favorite movie. So I don't see any problems with that movie. His character is kind of like shoehorned in there, but
and he kind of plays more like I'm not gonna say serious, but like he's playing the opposite of what he normally plays.
He's a goofball, but he's not this animated person. Like he's not like all over the place.
Yeah. I get it. And see, for me, I think just watching him on like SNL and just, I don't know, I'm just used to that like animated him. And then ever since I watched Elf, just thought I had great movie, great lines, like we'll still like quote it all the time. Like it doesn't matter, especially my roommate. So I think that's also another reason why I like it so much. Yeah, just I don't know. Overall, good movie. I never had an issue with it. Never had an issue with it, and I'm just anytime it's on, I'll watch it. And even just the other day, I was like, I knew she already watched it, and I was like, you want to watch it again? She was like, I already watched it. Just like the other day, don't need to, but that's a movie that she can
self-control.
She can quote that movie the whole entire time. She said she was wrapping gifts and just quoted the movie the whole entire time. Didn't even watch it. Didn't even like put her eyes on it once, and I was like, that's wild. But I don't know. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
good movie for sure. Now, Andy,
I respect it. I was gonna have us go through our list again, but I want to hear your honorable mentions.
Okay, honorable mention.
What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say, did you want to go through the list again?
Yeah,
because I had them numbered.
Yeah.
So, but honorable mentions that I had at least on this list here that I didn't mention. Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey version. I think that one's really cool. Another animated one. I just like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Another one, Home Alone 2. That one was mentioned as well. Since I mentioned Home Alone 1, I didn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
I like them both equal. Doesn't matter to me. I'll watch either of them. And then the other one that I had on this list, which I actually just recently watched, and I forgot just... I don't know. In my head, I was thinking it was something else. I don't know. Christmas with the Cranks. If you've ever watched that one before.
I haven't. When I was going through my list and trying to figure out other ones, that one came up, and I have not watched that one.
Yeah. That one, same thing. Just can remember watching that one. We recently just watched that, and just funny, feel-good movie. And of course, any other Christmas movies that are out there that has 1, 2, or 3 on it, you could probably mention those as well.
Yeah,
I don't know, but those were my honorable mentions, or at least the ones that I had on the list, because whenever you said that this is what we're gonna do, I came up with them so fast, and then you're like, we're gonna draft them, and I was like, fuck. I was like, damn it. Okay, I'm like, well, I'll at least get a shit ton of them, and I'm sure there's some on there too that I probably could have picked, but I can't think of them right now. But I also just like Christmas movies. I'll watch them all the time.
Yeah, I figured this was going to be pretty easy for you. It surprisingly was very hard for me. I think we can definitely revisit this format at some point. It was a lot of fun. I did not have any honorable mentions because we used all of my movies. So at this point, we probably will have lost video because it's an hour. We're at an hour on the audio, and it usually cuts off at an hour with the video. But I figure at this point we can probably throw on the visuals of the movies for what we picked. So that'll be fun. So I'll go through my list real quick. So at my first, I did Christmas Vacation. Second, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. 3, I think that was Batman Returns. I don't have them in order, and this is a screenshot. And then 4, The Grinch. Oh, I had Christmas Carol was in there sooner. I'll just have to listen to this.
I think that was 3.
Yeah. And then the Santa Claus 2 to replace Polar Express because I really didn't want to have that on there. And then finishing it off, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Solid movies.
I think so. I feel like if there was a winner for this, I would go with you. Just because you had more of the spirit of Christmas behind yours.
Oh, did I even go over mine?
No.
Shit,
I'm just staring at you, just waiting for you to go over yours.
I was wondering that. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, and I completely forgot what mine even were. So in mine, I had number 1, The Grinch. Number 2, Santa Claus 1. Number 3, The Christmas Story. Number 4, Claus. Number 5, Home Alone. Number 6, Year Without Santa Claus. Number 7, Elf. And all of mine undoubtedly are Christmas movies.